An open house to empower women is happening this weekend, and the woman behind it all is literally opening up her home to the community. But as a positive of an impact that she's hoping to make, this project actually started from a grieving place.
Yeah, Leslie Hart-Davidson suffered the unthinkable when her partner passed away about a year ago. But this wasn't the first time she felt pain like this. But she says she got good at grieving, and every time she suffered a loss, Leslie took her tears of tragedy and turned them into action. So here's her story.
I got good at grieving.
Leslie Hart-Davidson refers to herself as a grief virtuoso. And that's because within the past 20 years, she's lost all of her immediate family members. Her father and brother from esophageal cancer, her mother from a pulmonary embolism, and as of 1 year ago, her husband Bill from a cardiac arrest.
I unfortunately was able to practice grieving. I didn't have a choice to stay into bed and wring my hands and just feel sorry, because I felt like that would be disrespectful to my dad, my mom, and my brother.
She used actionable grief, a coping mechanism, to handle the pain of loss. Every time Leslie suffered a loss, she found something else to pick up. Leslie picked up a digital diary where she creates Facebook posts that talk about how she's coping with grief each week. She even picked up a pen and began writing a few books.
And instead, the actionable part came from the best qualities that I learned from them, and I moved forward. I decided that actionable grief looked like teaching others how to cook. So I created the cookbook, Food is Love. And in it, it tells the 5 stories of when I was caring for my brother. And each month I would write a synopsis of a story using something that happened from our childhood, and would post it so that those in the community who wanted to know how Greg was doing, I would tie the story to his treatment and what was happening at that time.
Leslie not only got better at grieving, but she got even better at giving. The more she shared her grief journey and her story, the more people resonated and responded. And after April 23rd, 2024, the day her husband Bill passed, Leslie picked up a home.
My daughter Lily comes in and she said, "Mama, the house on the corner is for sale." This house, she meant. There would always be a moving van in the driveway. We'd always joke, like, "Oh, wonder who's moving in now." And Lil had asked years ago, "I wonder why that happens." It turns out it's because it was waiting for us.
She calls the property House Number 10, and it stands 200 feet from where Bill passed away.
Notes on all the walls, because there's so many other walls that were here, and I've taken a
House Number 10 will be a multi-purpose property. It'll serve as an Airbnb, but it will also be a space to host gatherings that empower women, from financial literacy courses, entrepreneurship classes, home maintenance classes, and more.
And she looked at me and she said, "Do you feel that?" And I said, "Yeah, that sense of peace and calm for the first time." Yeah. And as we stood there together, we looked around and decided that this house was more than just a rental. It had every opportunity to give and to fulfill that further mission. And because it was Lou that inspired it, my job now, especially since November, is to empower as many women as I can in this space. And I'm taking that mission very seriously.
To Leslie, actionable grief was not about avoiding tragedy. It was about normalizing it.
But once I realized that as I felt the grief coming, if I just let it wash over me, and if I acknowledged every single feeling that I had, the way we were said, and that made it easier to deal with every day. So once I got okay with the idea of, okay, I'm going to need to feel all my feels and cry for 2 minutes, and then that's better. Which was a lot better than having a grief tsunami and I was wrecked for the entire day. So having those tools, like just letting the wave wash over, it's in my backpack, and I take it out wherever I need it.
Well, this Saturday, you can actually join Leslie at house number 10 and learn more about her story in her own words. The flyer is right here, so be sure to RSVP. There will be live music, some food trucks, but also an opportunity to learn more about actionable grief.
Absolutely amazing, and what a very inspiring woman, and it's exciting to hear where this goes.
That's right. But I think we got some more